today the key speaker, Professor Amedi. And we are very happy to meet you here at the ILAN prizes and the awards. And I would like, you deal with the brain, and you are going to talk about the brain. But what are your main achievements about the brain?
Well, first of all, mucho gusto. It's very nice to be here. I'm going to present 3 different projects, or actually 4 different projects that we did with the relation to the brain. First project is a project where we create technology that enable blind people to see with sound, with music. So like bats and dolphins, they use a lot of sounds at the same time and build 3-dimension and can navigate and localize things in the cave. Like a radar, like a sonar. So we created a language called iMusic, and the blind can do amazing things together with this. Go shopping and pick the banana and see colors. After 10 years they didn't see at all. And what we see is that when they learn this, all the back of their brain that never saw or didn't see for a decade, or even people that born blind, never saw, their visual system starts to work. But now for the sounds and the sonification, this method, they enable them to see.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so this is one project. And we learned that the brain can develop even visual representation, although they never saw, which is a bit crazy. It's going a little bit against a theory that won the Nobel called critical period, that says that you must have vision when you're a baby to develop the ability of the seeing brain to see. And we say no. If you create technology that enable them to see from a camera, translate it to headphones, and with the sound they can see, we can make the visual system see again, activate again. So this is one project. The second project we are going to present, it's much more recent, and it's a project that we created an artificial ear, like a surface that vibrates, but it gets the information for the vibration from microphones in a way that you transfer the speech information from the sound frequency into the hearing, into the touch frequency. And what is amazing is that, for example, people that were born deaf and have a surgery for, it's called cochlear implant, that to restore their hearing, it restored their hearing 50, 60, 70%, so they can understand speech in a perfect situation. But for example, like now, we are talking and there is a lot of noise in the background, it goes to 0. They cannot do what we do now. And then second thing they cannot do is they cannot localize things. So let's say a car passed, they don't know if it comes from here or from here. And also they cannot enjoy music. So we show that using this technology in 1 hour of use, they can learn to localize perfectly sounds, they can learn to enjoy music, and we saw that again their hearing brain start to respond to the vibrations. So this is the second project. The third project is a project with cancer patients, and what we work with a professor called Professor Ben Korn, which he found. Ben Korn is an amazing oncology professor, and together we found that the mental state of the person is very important to how, for the same diagnostic, how he will heal. If he will heal with the right mindset, he will heal better, and with the bad mindset, he would not heal from the cancer. So we actually create the first institute in the world that inside the treatment room and the radiotherapy and the MRI, they have special technology we created, audiovisual, that relaxes them, reduce claustrophobia, reduce cortisol, reduce inflammation, and so on and so forth. And the final project, I'm going to talk about a new startup company. I started with a couple of partners like Michal Tsur and Or Choval, which aim to make your brain and your body, when you take drugs, any drug, work better using digital technology. So the idea is that you will prepare your brain with some various tricks Um, to
What
have
kind
the
of
drug-
what kind of treats?
So there is several different tricks. One is what we call mindset. If I'm in the right mindset, the drug will work better than in the best example is placebo, for example. If I give you something that has zero effect, and I'm telling you it's helping you, you're in the right healing mindset, it helps you, 20%. So this is one example, but we have many, many examples of the right mindset. A second example is conditioning. You know the classic experiment of Pavlov when he gave a dog a steak and with a bell? So if you take morphine and you combine it with smart bells, you can have the body secrete endorphins, the natural anti-pain. So you can do like all the sophisticated stuff to make your body work better to receive the medicines. And we now partnering with different pharma companies and try to bring it into different drugs. And we start with oncology and diseases that have a relation to the immune system, because we know, for example, that stress is very harmful for when you try to heal from a disease that is related to your immune system. So, you know.
And now with the COVID, the immune system is very, very important.
Yes, and also there is another thing with the COVID, is that it was actually starting before COVID and continue after. There is a huge problem of mental health in the world. So actually we are less defending against things and healing less good because of this. So if you add something that will help your mental state and your cortisol levels and your stress level and the right mindset and also this other trick like conditioning, you have much better chance to heal, especially in this period where, you know, our mental state is working against us, not for us, even when we are, you know, have some medical condition or taking some drugs.
How can a normal person get access to what you do, and to the treatments you make?
So, you know, some of it will take some years to come to the market. We hope soon. At least, for example, the device, the stereo touch device we created for hearing impaired. We hope this will come in a year or two. But and what I mentioned about the medicine and the brain, so this will take some years, but there is enough indication that you can do a lot. You know, you can yourself use what works for you in terms of reducing stress, in terms of entering the right mindset. And so some things you can do, like the conditioning, but a lot of other things you can do. And what people don't realize is that actually when they are sick or when they need to go through some surgical or this is the time it's most important to try and do whatever you can to reduce the stress, to reduce inflammation, to enter the right mindset. There is a lot of apps out there and go to therapy. Like, this is time which is critical for your body to join the drug or the treatment and work together to heal. And that's something that it's trivial, yeah? It makes sense, but you forget to do it. And the idea is that for each drug, the type of things you will do will be a little bit different, but some things will be similar. You know, if you do mindfulness, if you do meditation, if you do physical activity, if you can, you know, there is a lot of things we can do to make our body and brain get into the right mindset, you know, of a healing mindset.
And advice for stress? For stress?
For stress, yeah, there is a lot of stuff out there that can help us reduce stress. And it's the most important when we are actually not well. When we are not well, it's even more important. Or if we need to go to the hospital, this is the right time to do, you know, to do more meditation and to get more therapy and to get also support you can, and so on and so forth.
Where can we get all this information?
Well, you can look at our website, yeah. Either Google Amedi Lab or Amedi, Amedi. Institute for, it's called the Baruch Ifcher Institute for Brain, Cognition and Technology at the Reichman University. And we also have a company called remap.com, which also have some information about this type of initiatives.